Go. Hey, everybody. Look
Hey,
at they're in a chair next to us today.
what's up?
We have
Right,
Mike and
right.
Rick with us. I'm Ryan. This is Mark. We're from Upper Deck.
We're overseeing, we're
And
taking sides, we're
Right?
refereeing the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
there
We
you
should
go.
have brought some striped shirts or something like that. No whistle.
And yeah, this is gonna be another. This is day two.
Day two.
I'm exhausted because no, I'm just kidding. It's I'm excited. We're gonna be playing some versus system. Mark's gonna break down what versus system is if you've never heard of it before, and I'm just gonna let you take it away.
Perfect. So Versus System 2PCG, or two-player card game, is a two-player card game that is much like other TCGs or CCGs you may have heard of. This one in particular is focused on the Marvel publishing side. I'm going to go ahead and hit mine. So in order to put together a deck, all you're looking for is a main character. This is who you are going to be. This kind of breaks down what the character can do, how they level up, and that's one very unique thing about Versus is the main characters can actually level up throughout the game, become stronger, and that kind of tells you what kind of play style or strategy that you're looking to play as. And since this is who you are, this is your target on your opponent's side as well. So you want to take out the main character before they take out yours. And in order to protect your main character, you're going to build a deck of about 60 cards, and you're going to fill that with supporting characters, which are other characters across the universes, maybe some equipment that you can attach to those characters. We've got what are called plot twists, which are more instant effects that can happen during battles, and locations. And these locations actually will help power up abilities on your characters or on your equipment to make you more powerful throughout the game. So there's a lot that happens within the game, but we're actually going to break this down and play, and I'll explain stuff as we go through. So I'm going to be playing as the Crimson Cowl, who is a member of a new team that we're bringing out as the Masters of Evil.
Okay.
The Masters of Evil set is going to be out here pretty soon, and
Awesome.
I am playing against who?
Sorry,
Very
just, updating audio a little bit here, making sure we are sounding the best we can. Hopefully that is a little bit better. I am Annihilus.
Annihilus of the Annihilation Wave.
Yes, I myself am still learning a lot about verses, but I'm Annihilus. I'm gonna beat you again.
Probably. All right, so go ahead and draw 7 cards.
Okay.
And I will just go ahead and go first. I'll show everybody what happens. So normally at the beginning of your turn, you would draw 2 cards. But since I'm the first player going, I will go ahead and skip that. That kind of balances who goes first, doesn't have as many cards, all that fun
makes
stuff.
sense.
So the first thing you want to do is play a resource. And if you want to imagine, there are 3 rows in Versus. You have your front row, your back row, and your resource row. So when you play a resource, you want to play it face down into your resource row, unless it is a location. So locations are special cards that give powers that can power up abilities on your characters. Any card in your hand can be played face down if you want to, so that way you don't miss that curve that is common in TCGs. So I have the Avengers Mansion here, and that helps me because Crimson Cowl has got a level up ability that he's looking for these. And for each one that comes out, I get an XP point. So I need 2 XP points in order for him to level up to his next level. Annihilus is more about attacking. So he needs 10 XP, but he gets an experience points for each part of an attack. Declaring an attack, striking, wounding, stunning, all that kind of stuff. So you can actually get a lot of those through a single attack. But so he's more about being a little more aggressive. Crimson Cowl right now is more about trying to find items or trying to find locations, and then he gets to release all the fun. So I've got 1 resource that gives me 1 resource point, so I can play a card from my hand that has a 1 recruitment cost. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out Sentinels. So the deck that I put together is focused on something specific called Swarm. Swarm means that you can have multiple copies of that card on the board at one time. Since Marvel is very specific on characters, we have a uniqueness rule in Versus that you can't have two of the same character on the same side. Captain America can't stand next to each other.
That's fair.
So we have something called Swarm that allows me to have multiple copies of that. They're usually not very powerful, but Swarm, or in other TCGs they may be called like a weenie deck. I'm looking to bring out a bunch of guys to kind of overpower him.
Yeah.
Whereas, Ryan's deck is more about larger guys. Specifically, he is running the Heralds of Galactus, so he's really trying to be able to recruit Galactus. That's kind of what his deck is.
It helps when you get Galactus on your side, I'll say.
Yes. So, as you can see here, I've got my 3 different rows. So your front row is about melee attacking. So anybody in this can attack the front row of your opponent. Your back row is either a way of protecting characters, or anybody that has this reticle that can attack via ranged. So I can attack characters in his front row from the back row. So anybody that's in the front row protects everybody in the back row. So you could have a dozen people in your back row and one up front, and that one front protects everybody in the back.
Wow.
A couple of my guys have got these wings, so it's flight. So that would allow me to jump over and attack his back row if you wanted to. But if you've got a flyer up front, it protects from any flyers coming into my back row.
Okay.
So let's see. You've got
3/4.
A 3/4.
6 health.
So these numbers down here are your attack, your defense, and then your health. Anytime that you are attacked and the attacker has equal to or greater than your defense, you'll be stunned and get a wound. If the number of wounds equals or exceeds the health of that character, the character is KO'd and sent to the KO pile. So that's what you're trying to ultimately do, is take out their main character by hitting them with enough wounds to take out their health. So I need 6 wounds to take. I believe you need 5. Down the bottom.
It's 6.
It is also 6.
Yeah,
so we're about even on this one.
Right, so that's why you want to put up in that front line, though, to protect your main character, right? Because that's the only person that truly matters.
Correct. There is something called team attacking, which we'll get into later. But as of right now, I've got my one guy up here. He's a 1/1. Not going to do anything to Annihilus, so it's not going to really help. And I'm going to go ahead and pass.
Great. So I draw 2.
All right.
Draw 2.
Okay. Draw
Just
2.
flip yours.
All right. I'm going to. What's that?
Did you want to flip yours?
Oh. Here's my board. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. We're going to talk about that. All right. So my main character's up front. This is what I got. You can see everything. I'm gonna put a resource card down at the bottom here.
Okay.
And I don't have any cards that are 1 recruit.
Okay.
So for the time being, I'm actually going to use Annihilus to attack.
Perfect.
And I'm going to attack that person in the front.
Okay, so you're going to take out my Sentinel. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to rotate your card 90 degrees.
Okay.
So you're going to exhaust him.
Okay.
That limits the number of times that character can attack. So you want to make sure you want to make sure that you can only attack one time generally. Okay. There are some cards that can change that, but that's kind of the basic rule. So you're going to go ahead and attack my guy. Okay. So now you have the ability right now, if you want to, you can play either a plot twist that is during combat, or you can power up an ability if you have something. If you don't have something, then you'll pass to me. I will have the option to try and boost up my guy, and once we both pass, then we'll resolve the combat.
Okay.
So do you have anything
I have
you
nothing.
want to pop up? Okay.
So I resolve to you, or pass to you.
I also am going to go ahead and pass. So
3 attack.
Yeah, so you got your 3 attack to my 1 and my 1 to your 4.
Okay, so
they will attack at the same time. They'll strike at the same time. There is no carryover for damage. It's
Okay.
all or done. So my guy goes face down as being stunned. He gains the wound, but since he only had the one health, he gets moved into my discard pile.
Okay, yeah.
So that's my guy gone.
Okay.
Nice.
So if
I
you
get
had
that.
anybody else,
Go ahead.
if you had anybody else to attack, you could keep
Keep
attacking.
going. Yeah. But for now, because my ability is every time I KO, stun, etc., I get an XP.
Yeah. So you would got an XP for attacking.
Okay.
You get one for striking.
Okay.
You get one for stunning.
Okay.
You get one for getting the wound, and you get one for KOing.
So
5.
5.
So of the 10, you already wiped out half.
I'm getting
Whoa.
there.
Whoa, all right.
Okay.
All
Do I
right.
get a wound from your 1?
No.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah, it's only if I were to meet or exceed your defense,
Gotcha.
you would have then gotten stunned also.
Okay.
But my Sentinels have a fun ability
Ooh.
that says that when this character is KO'd by an enemy attacker, for the rest of the game, attackers with that name can't attack this type of Sentinel on my side. So my executive type Sentinels can no longer be attacked by Annihilus. They learn as the game goes on. So it becomes harder and harder
So
for the
thematic.
Sentinel to be taken out.
Makes
Now,
sense.
I can still
Thematic.
attack you,
Yeah.
and you can still do damage to me, but it's a way that I can start kind of protecting myself a little better.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I got my resource. I did my attack. I passed to you. All right. You got
And
emptier board looks compared to mine.
Round
You can do
2.
the same.
What's that?
Because you have the open mat compared to my art, so it just looks like you're all empty over there with 2 little cards.
Nothing wrong with simplicity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you're
clean.
He's using one of our exclusive mats, which we'll get into at the end of the stream.
Yeah,
We've
it's
got a whole bunch of
it's real
accessories.
pretty. It's real pretty.
Okay.
So you said the decks you build are about 60 cards. You said.
Yes. So you need
That's
about
what-
62 cards, which is the 60 card deck, and then most main characters have about 2 levels.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Very
That is
cool.
awesome. So pretty a lot of variation then, because there are I believe no expansions for this, right?
Right.
Try 41.
Yeah, that's right. It was either
Is that
0
why
or
your
41.
entire background is just
I
different?
couldn't
versions?
remember. It was
Yeah.
one of the two.
It's an all or nothing
Yes.
kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, when he goes to the wide angle, you can see a lot of the different expansions that we have for
it's
this.
it's a
And
whole bunch.
It's not just Marvel. We actually branch out to other universes, other intellectual properties, which we'll cover in a little bit.
All right,
Awesome.
All right, so
Mess
I'll
him
go
up,
ahead and-
Mark. Show him the power of an house.
so I'm going to go ahead and play my second
Wait, I have
resource.
Okay.
So now that I've got 2, I can spend those 2.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and bring out 2 more Sentinels.
Okay.
Now these guys are my alpha combat units, so they don't have the same ability as my executive types. But these guys will learn also as they get taken out.
Okay.
They start.
So you're gonna be that kind of pain in the
That's
butt.
what this is all about.
You got the oh, now you can't attack this group, but now this group can't be attacked.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you can start really stymieing somebody with all that. That's very cool.
Okay. What do you got for me here?
Let's see. Attack. That's only going to give me 3. Lethal. No. Okay. I still can't do that. 4-2. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass.
Pass. That's
Yeah, because I don't have
unfortunate.
enough to take him out.
That's good because it's
All right.
Nihilus. He's strong. Don't look at my cards, Mark.
I know, cheating over here. It's like, oh,
This guy looking at my screen. All right. So the main thing, I'll highlight this. So he is a 12, and he's a 30-30. So he's just a monster. But one of the things is, where is it? The special ability, is it written on here? That he gets, Galactus can appear only while they're, wasn't it his recruit cost goes down? Per
So
herald?
the heralds that you have in that deck have an ability that
Oh, there it
says
is.
that it reduces his recruit cost by 1. So you need to get them out so that it's easier to recruit him. Otherwise, you have to wait till you have 12 recruit plus and a herald on your board in order for him to show up.
Got it.
But your heralds are designed to bring him out faster.
Got it. All right. Well, let's go.
Got to announce the arrival.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
gotta hype
exactly
it
what
up.
it is.
You know, it's rude.
So I'll put another resource down right in the spotlight, and then let's see here.
There you go.
I'm going to do. First I was supposed to rotate him back, right?
Yeah.
Because he's no longer exhausted.
Correct.
And
At the
I'll put
beginning of your turn, you would do that.
Mole Man up top here,
Mole Man.
and then use the red ability.
Okay.
So I flip this over.
Correct.
Good. And then I draw from a Moloid. This is
Right.
this deck right here.
Yeah,
So it's a side deck special for him.
Yep.
And I summon them onto your side. Like, put them there. And as Mark mentioned in the beginning, is I can't have cards with the same name, but Moloid has Swarm, so I can have as many Moloids as I want.
Yeah, you can only have one Mole Man, but he's able to bring out just a wave of Moloids.
Makes
Oh,
sense.
cool.
It's always nice. There's a bunch of rules, but there's also characters you just get to break all those rules, which is
It's always fun.
Always really
Yes.
nice. Yeah.
So Ryan's got something that he can actually do, since each one of those characters is on the same team. If you have multiple characters on the same team and they're in the same row, they can actually team attack. And when you do that, you actually add up the attack when you strike. So you're not just attacking one, you're actually attacking for multiples. So it's kind of what I'm trying to do is get enough guys out that I can attack together.
Yeah.
And then when the defender strikes back, he can only strike back to one of those characters.
Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
And I'm guessing a lot of the bigger characters you're going to have to do team attacks to even hit them.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
So he's got some big, strong guys, and I've got a bunch of little guys. So
Yeah.
my little guys can get stronger.
Power in numbers, right? Yeah.
So yeah, it's just trying to get them all together.
Very cool.
All right.
All right. Let's see here. So for this turn, I'm going to. They're 1/1s.
They're both 1/1s.
I'll take a Nihilist to attack your Sentinel. Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
On your left Sentinel.
Okay.
I'll pass to you.
And that'll wipe him out.
Okay. And then
So that should give you
another 5.
correct. So that's the 10.
That's the 10. So
Ooh.
now he's level 2.
So you're gonna automatically jump to level 2. Make sure you exhaust him from the attacking.
Okay. So I'll put the level 2 out here and exhaust. And then Mole Man, I'll attack because he has range, right? Into your other Sentinel.
Okay. So this guy died. That's only attacking. Okay. So it's a 1/1 coming back to you. Nothing there.
Nope. This is a 2/2. And then exhaust him. And what's your main? 4/3?
4/2.
4/2. Okay. And I can't do anything with the Moloid, so I will. Can I rearrange at any time?
So when you recruit, you
Okay.
have your resource phase, which you actually bring in your resources.
Okay.
And then you start recruiting, and that's you call your build phase.
Okay.
As soon as you're done building, you then have your formation step, that's when you put guys in the front and the back row.
Okay.
Generally, once they're put into those, they're locked in until your next turn.
Okay.
There are some guys that have what's called mobile or ability of pushing,
They can
pulling some guys
adjust as
around.
they go.
So generally, you kind of want to set up because once your turn's over, those guys are locked in that space during your opponent's turn. So you don't want to leave yourself exposed. You may want to get aggressive during your turn, but then that leaves maybe your main guy open during your opponent's turn.
Okay. All right. It's back to you.
Down, face down. So we're going to bring out Ultron and another Sentinel.
These Sentinels, though.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
So this Sentinel, my alpha combat units have an ability that says when they appear, they get a +1/+1 for each alpha combat indicator pile. So they get 2 of those. They also have learned from the defeat of their buddies. So not only do they have mobile, which allows me to move around, they also have lethal, which means if I wound you, they're automatically KO'd regardless of how many wounds they have left. And they also have fearless, which allows them to attack with double their attack.
Bring it on. Galactus is on his way. He just
You don't have a single herald out yet.
Oh, I will. I will.
Soon.
Just wait. You just wait.
Get on it.
Soon. All right.
Frequent, you're 100% right. He's like, if you don't want me to look at your cards, then why you put a camera right there? That's fair. Okay. I
That's 100% correct.
Yeah, and if anyone in chat has questions about the system or any expansions with that, please put them in chat.
Yeah. Let us know. It's cool to see how all things kind of get built up already. You can get the idea of what that crafting of the deck. You can put together a really specific kind of strategy for yourself and see it play out with the Sentinels and stuff. It's really cool.
And is there any limitations in like terms like you can't bring these cards with this character, or is it really just kind of open? You can do whatever you want.
Within the game itself, for those that play at home, kitchen table, mix and match however you want.
Okay, cool.
Competitively, we do have 2 different universes. We have an illustrated universe, which is around those that use comic book art or illustrator art.
Okay.
We also have the photographic universe. So on Marvel, we've got your publishing side that uses stuff you'll find in comic books, but we also have sets that are connected to the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
And we have other sets, including Buffy the Vampire Slayer and X-Files, that use the images directly from TV shows or movies.
Now, do you need some type of core set for those? Like, what should we be looking for on the box to know I have everything I need to get started?
So the nice thing about this is that everything can kind of mix together. Generally, when starting out, we do tell people to look for sets that have the word battles in them. We've got Marvel Battles, we have Utopia Battles, we have Fantastic Battles, the Buffy Battles, the X-Files Battles. We've got something called the Civil War Battles that'll be coming out pretty soon. So that battle box gives you about anywhere from 200 to 400 cards based off the set. It gives you the basic locations, it gives you tokens, and a full rule book. So that's really the best place to start. That can build 2 to 4 decks depending on the number of cards that are in there. So one set can handle an entire game easily, and then you can start grabbing expansions based off of favorite characters or favorite teams or themes or stuff like that.
There's one thing that's so nice with it. If you're like interested in the system, you're like, well, then just pick an IP or whatever that, like, if you're a huge Buffy fan, like, go there, because that's it's nice being able to choose from there, where you're like, hey, I'm not into Marvel, but I'm into X-Files, so it's like, cool, and go there and do that. You know,
there,
it's like it's really, really cool.
And our designers are really big into theme. So even when we came out with the X-Files battles, there were some of our players that had never seen the X-Files before, and it actually got them to go back and watch the old TV show. And we would see them take pictures of the episodes that the screen grabs were used in the cards, and this is that scene, and that card is exactly what's happening right now. So
that's awesome.
It's pretty cool. Okay, so
no details for release for Masters of Evil on this stream. One of the questions from Frequent is favorite faction, character, expansions, matchups. I should probably let you finish your turn and then let you think about it. Let's do that.
Sorry, we derailed everything.
There's only 41 expansions. Just pick one.
We had one that came out recently called the Omegas. It was based off of the X-Men, and it was around the Omega level versions, or the what Marvel considers the Omega level mutants. So that one set, they were all 7-cost characters, but they were all super powerful and just almost some even game breaking. But obviously they have to come out late in game, but they were so cool, and they had full art on them, and they were really pretty and unique. So I really like that set.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to try something. He's a 4/1? Moloid?
Moloid is a 0/1.
But it's based off of... He gets a +1/+1.
+1/+0 for each face down resource. So I have 1 down, so he's a 1/1.
Is it during attacking?
Only while attacking. So,
okay, so
it's just a 0/1.
So then what I'm going to do...
And he doesn't have flight or range or anything, so you could... Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I'll show you what I can do here.
Ooh.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and send Sentinel into the Moloid.
Okay, Moloid is gone. Just annihilated.
You can actually put him back face down because he's a token.
Oh, you're right.
So yeah, he doesn't apply to your deck.
Okay.
And then what's an Nihilus?
Now it's 7/7.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and hit. Yes. Alright, so I can do what's called a team attack. So I got 2 characters from the same team in the same row, and they both can attack based off of where they are. So I'm going to go ahead and run Ultron and Crimson Cowl into an Nihilus.
Nice.
Okay.
So
how
I'm
much
going to go
power
ahead and
is that?
pass. I've got it's a 7 total for attack. So if you have something that can augment that.
You can do it, Nihilus.
I got nothing.
Okay. So when you strike back, you can choose which one of these 2 you get to hit.
Gotcha.
So I have an Ultron, which is a 3/1, or I've got Crimson Cowl, who's a 4/2.
Ultron.
Okay.
Yeah, I want him off the board. Unless you're gonna get some crazy strong ability.
Remember, the main character is the one that you're trying to knock out.
I know.
All right. So you're going to take a wound.
Yep. Taking a wound. Flip him upside down to know that you can't touch him anymore.
Correct. So once they're stunned and they're face down, they can't get hit again. That way, you can't just pile up wounds on a single guy.
Okay.
That makes sense.
There are some cards that allow you to recover or ready somebody, and I have seen it where players will play that. Normally, you play it on yourself to try and attack and then attack and attack, but you can actually bring somebody else back to hit them again, and it's an insult to injury.
Yeah, pick them up, smack them down.
Yeah, exactly. We're not done yet. And you're good to go.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna ready my 2 guys. This goes back up, and then I draw 2. Let's see here. Let's play this resource. So this is a special location. It's it could be anything I want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to autofocus because I turned that off, but it's any color resource I want. And let's see here. What is that on the left?
This is a 3/3 Sentinel. Who's got mobile, lethal, and fearless.
All right.
Ooh, the Annihilation Wave.
I'm going to go Annihilation Wave here with my 3 resources down. It's a 5/3. Put that up front. And I am going to attack. I'm going to actually use this resource for Mole Man's ability as well.
Okay.
Brings back another Moloid. I'm going to put the Bolt Light back here. This time around, get him stronger. So I'm going to attack with Annihilation Wave to your Crimson.
Alright.
It's a 5. Okay.
But he's got a 4 to your 3.
Oh, I forgot about the back. Yeah, so I attack with an Annihilus, right? No, it's fine. Oh, no, I don't want to die. I forgot you had a 4. Yeah, so I attack with an Annihilus, like I was saying. So 7/7.
Okay.
It's still not probably what I wanted to do, but...
Exhausted.
And then he's exhausted. And then he's a 3/3, you said?
He's a 3/3.
So I'll attack Annihilation Wave to there. So 3, if it matches my defense, does it still get a wound? Or is it just cancel?
No, if it's equal to or greater than,
Equal
so
to or
you'll
greater.
still gain a wound. And he has lethal anyway, so he's going to wind up getting KO'd.
No, that's fine. I'll take Annihilation out for that, but take out your Sentinel again. All these powered up Sentinels you're growing, and that's all I can do. That's all I can do, right? Because these are not going to be used for now.
The Great Deceive says Shield versus Hydra is a great set. It's a classic pairing, right?
Yeah, that's a fun one. We were able to bring in a lot of characters that showed up in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Cool.
comic book. We also introduced some fun equipment in that, including the Darkhold, the Book of Ashanti,
Rad.
Super Crown. Some fun ones in that one.
Very cool.
Yep, back to you. Go for it.
There it is. All right.
Oh man, I just realized that would have been. Oh no, it would only been a 2-1. Okay.
So I got my second Avengers Mansion, which gives him his second XP. And because of that, Crimson Cowl has taken off his cowl and reveals himself to be Ultron.
Oh, someone wanted a close up of the card, but
I'm sure they do, because these are cards that they haven't seen yet.
oh,
So on Wednesday, we'll be showing, on our blog, we'll be showing off some of these cards.
Cool.
Very cool.
spicy.
Yep. Okay. Unfortunately, that's all I have, but...
Is Civil War set illustrated or photographic? Are we giving that info?
That will be illustrated.
Illustrated.
It's based off of the first Civil War story arc that puts Iron Man versus Captain America.
Ooh.
Very cool. Good question, yeah.
It's funny, we always start these demos and everything, and then me and Mark have that competitive side where we're kind of like, I kind of want to destroy you, even though we're demoing.
Right?
Go for it.
Show off all these things,
Yeah,
I could just crush
We're
you.
just having
I
fun.
could just crush.
Oh my gosh. Ultron. He's a 10-4?
He is a 10-4.
Ooh, baby.
Yes, he
Team
is.
attacks, here we go.
Yes,
Easy.
he is. The character.
This guy's nothing.
He has 6 health? 8 health. 6 health.
Throw some water on him. I feel like he
All right,
could.
So we've got
Electricity and water doesn't work.
Get a super soaker.
what's
He'll be fine.
Mole Man?
2-2.
Okay, so I'm gonna move him.
Ooh, enemy players must play with their hands revealed until Mole Man leaves the play.
Is
Could
that
use that. Could use that.
Oh.
It's an ability, but I didn't trigger it, so I don't think it would help me because I wouldn't know what your cards do. But it would have been fun
all right?
nonetheless.
So we're gonna have some fun. So I'm going to flip an Avengers Mansion. So
Okay.
normally when you have these locations that are team specific, you can only use them on characters that have that same team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Ultron has an ability that allows him to infiltrate the mansion. So I can use those Avengers Mansions. That's kind of what he was looking for. So I'm
Gotcha.
going to use that and spend that for a blue energy and use eye emitters. I can choose an enemy supporting character. Ultron could attack. And see, ready that character and move it onto your side. So I'll take Mole Man.
Whatever. I never liked him anyway, even though he's my favorite.
Yeah.
And
Why
Does
not?
the Moloid come with you?
No,
Yikes.
but I will use Mole Man to attack the Mole.
Okay.
Ooh. You hacked the Mole Man.
While attacking, so not while being attacked. So okay.
Oh, man.
And then, yep. So then you get that back, but he's going to be exhausted.
Okay.
So it's just one of those things where I can grab people.
Manipulate him like a puppet
Sure.
master.
Yep. Let's see, 10-4.
Hit my camera a little bit.
Oh, wait.
Good.
Yep.
All right.
I have one, maybe 2 more turns.
Yep. And then we'll switch over to accessories. So let's go here, which I did
Right,
on my
yeah.
camera a little bit, but that's all right. Put that back. Let's move this out of the glare. So I'll draw 2. Ooh. Oh man, I have a lot of this guy, which could use. Put another resource out.
You got a healthy resource row going.
So. Okay, I'm gonna do Awesome Android, which I think he matches Ultron's power to a 10-4?
So
10-7.
So it's the highest attack and highest defense on the boards.
Awesome.
So right now he's a 10-7.
Awesome.
Oof. All right. Okay.
He's only a 1 wound, is that right?
He's a 1 wounder. So if I do bash him into Ultron, he goes bye-bye.
Yeah, but you do cause that wound on my guy, most likely. And that's ultimately what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah. Let's see, that was 3, and I have technically 1 more resource because he was only a 3, and I'll do Mole Man.
Okay, so you've already got 1 Mole Man out.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
But what you can do is you can actually discard that card to give the character you already have a +1/+1. Or if you had a character that had a bunch of wounds on them, you can recruit that new hero, and it would wipe out the current one.
Okay.
So you can kind of reset everything on that.
Gotcha. I think I'm going to give him +1/+1.
Sure.
Okay.
So I'll discard him.
That's good. So it's not like worthless, you know. You can still do something.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And you can do that also with main characters. So I've got a bunch of Ultrons in my deck. I can discard all of those in order to power up my main character.
Cool. Interesting.
I'm going to keep Awesome Android as is. I'm not going to attack with him. I'm going to team attack with Annihilus and Mole Man after I ready them up, and then I'm just going to flip them right back. But since now he is a 3/3/7, it's a 10. Oh, I don't need to team attack because you only have a 4 defense?
I don't have a 4 defense.
I'll just attack with Annihilus.
Did you have anything you want to bump him up with or anything?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't have anything.
But I get a wound back, no?
You do, so he's going to go face down.
Because he got struck back by 10 Ultron power.
Yeah, so normally I wouldn't have been able to because you're attacking from range, but he also has ranged.
Oh, of course. Yeah, he has everything. That's so good.
Everything.
Nothing missing.
Ultimate killing machine.
All right, and that's my turn. Go for it. We'll do one more. We'll let you finish your turn, then we'll talk about just kind of where we've been demoing and whatnot.
Rad.
What character, Nick, Mike, would you? Obviously, you don't know all the expansions, but I'm sure you could pick any hero. And
do you have a favorite Marvel character?
My favorite Marvel character has always been the Beast from X-Men. I love the Beast. He's like a perfect mix between like super strong and like awesome and just like such a nerd at the same time. You know, it's just like he's just the perfect combo. Ever since I was a kid, I've always loved the Beast. He's always been my favorite.
Yeah, I love the Beast, of course, and we are big X-Men fans, so I probably would go like Wolverine would be really cool, or like Spider-Man. I know those are kind of classic picks, but those would be really fun. But I'm also, speaking of sleeves and things on the back here, like Rocket and Groot, something like that would be really fun. So, but it'd be hard not to go with like classic '90s cartoon, like, you know.
Right, we're '90s kids, so it's so hard.
Yeah, I want to kind of go to some X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Versus is full of all the big name guys, Spider-Man, Wolverine. We don't have a main character on Beast yet. We do have Dark Beast. He showed up with Hammer.
Cool.
Okay.
But yeah, we got a ton of people in there.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, and imagine there's plenty more planned coming up. We were talking before the stream and stuff, and there's always room to grow into any and all characters and stuff. So that's what's really fun.
Sure. We release about 11 sets a year, so almost once a month. And
that is so many. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And just because we already have one character doesn't mean that we won't try and do something else. We've got multiple Spider-Mans based off the different suits, or even different people that have played Spider-Man.
Well, another Upper Deck game that we were talking about this yesterday. We're huge fans of is Legendary, and you've done that with Legendary as well. There's multiple Spider-Mans, there's multiple Captain Americas, and it's super cool because they're all like similar but different. You know, we've played
different eras,
literally
different
entire
storylines.
games of just Captain America, and it's really, really fun.
Yeah, super cool. So you're talking about some accessories and things that are going on. You're playing on some play mats, and so what are some of those kind of things that kind of enhance the game experience even more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me clean this up a little bit.
While he cleans, we'll kind of show. So we already have two here that are actually pretty visible, as well as the one I was playing with. But yeah, Wolverine. These are universal playmats. There's no additional like text or anything on them, so just a flat playmat. Whatever you want to use it for.
Or anything like that,
yeah. So Spider-Man, Wolverine, and then obviously my Thanos one, which I'll clear off. But he's going to show you the card sleeves, and these are, I'll tell you how often they're coming out and whatnot too.
Yeah.
So because we've got Marvel, because we have access to some of the best artwork on the planet, we thought it would be absolutely cool to be able to accessorize not just our games but other games as well. So we went through and we've pulled some of our favorite art and included them on these sleeves.
Cool.
All right. Ooh. Okay. I love that Black Panther one so much.
Yeah, this Black Panther one is so incredible.
So
we use art from all over. So most of these are going to be comic book covers. This one here for Thanos is the actual snap from Infinity War #1, where he actually does the snap and takes everyone out. That's one of my personal favorites.
That's awesome.
We've got stuff from so many different artists, from Scotty Young, Alex Ross, even stuff that we've seen before in other games. So for the sleeves, they come in packs of 65. They are made by Ultra Pro, so you know that the quality is there. They are gloss on the backside, but flat matte on the front, so they reduce that glare there. And we're bringing out a new set every month, but we do give or take about 14 a year, so we do a couple extra. Each of these are limited edition, so we've printed a certain number of them. Once they're sold out, they're going to be gone. Now that doesn't mean that we're not going to do that character again. We just won't do that image again. So if you want that image, make sure that you grab it before it's gone.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right.
Freako Beef saying nice to see Kamala Khan in there too. Yeah, I love that one. Super cool. Got a great little roster there, and I like with so many sets. There's a bunch to choose from. Like I said, I really love the Rocket and Groot one. The art style, and that's like really cool and unique. And
What's so cool about comic books and stuff like that too? It's like you have so many different styles of art, from cool realistic to like really old school, art. It's like there's so many to choose from because comics have been around for such a long time and they've evolved so much. And it's just, you're not going to be hurting for cool art to use for these. That's for dang sure.
Yeah. So the one thing that I really like about these is they are non-game specific. So we wanted to make sure that anybody that loved Marvel that may play other games can still use these. But the other thing is we will on occasion have an exclusive that is only sold by us on upperdeckstore.com. So the first one that we have is our Rainbow Thor. That is Thor on a unicorn. So you will only find this at upperdeckstore.com.
That's the best one.
The ultimate pick right there. There's no further.
But like the other ones, these are limited edition. Once they're gone, we're not going to be able to do them again. But yeah, we have a lot of fun with these.
That's cool.
You said about like 14 sets a year you're looking at?
Yeah, we do about 14 a year.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
So usually about once a month, and then we bring in one or two for exclusive for our website.
Nice. Right. See, Stack says the sleeves are super sturdy, very nice. Yeah, I mean that's, excuse me, why you want to go with Ultra Pro. You want to have the quality that's there to match the art. You want to have something that lasts and stands up to heavy usage. So that's great.
Yeah, that's super cool, man. Yeah, like it's nice also that they're not specifically versus sleeves, because it's like as cool as that is, it's like, hey, maybe you want to use them for other games. There's obviously a lot of card games out there. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, that's really what we were going for. We didn't want to limit anybody based off of just the games that we have. I have seen players play versus using stuff from other IPs, other games, and it's just cool the way that everybody can just mix all the different things they love into games that they love. So yeah, I mean, it's really for anybody that likes Marvel, they can use it just about anywhere.
That's rad. Are the sleeves specifically going to be Marvel, or is there plans or hopes to move into other IPs that you use for like verses and stuff like that for the sleeves as well?
Right now we are focused on Marvel, but we do have other IPs that we could possibly use into.
Okay, cool. And then, are there any IPs for verses, and you may or may not be able to speak about them, but like any IPs you would love to see in the game in the future?
Oh, personally?
Yeah, personally.
Yeah.
Remember when you're stocking his upper deck.
Not as speaking. We're not going to hold you to it or anything like that.
I'm a kid from the '80s, so I would absolutely love to see some of the older cartoons that I grew up in, or grew up with rather, in this.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, I mean, we are constantly looking for other IPs or other things to bring into this. So yeah, we're always looking for new stuff.
That's cool. And then typically, like as you've created more and more sets, do you try to find storylines from comics and things that are interesting to you that you would like to see kind of bring to life, or is it character based first and then find what's a hook in here, or is it kind of a mix of everything in between?
So generally our release schedule is broken into quarters. So those quarters generally have about a 3 product release schedule, and those 3 kind of tie in together. So we try and build something around that. The one that we're currently getting ready to release is called Darkness and Light, and it's about things that go bump in the night and kind of the heroics or the heroes that hunt them. So we start off with Masters of Evil. The next set is going to be more mystical, called Mystic Arts. And then the last set is called Into the Darkness, which may focus around vampires. So that kind of stuff is kind of what we focus around. The next set is Civil War, so it's going to be based around that story arc. We've done story arcs where it may just be, hey, it's just going to be Spider-Man centric and his foes, or it's going to be X-Men. So like one we did was Futures Past, Freedom Force, which is Brotherhood of Mutants, and then the Omegas. So that was more an X-Men based, where it's focused on the heroes and those villains around the X-Men universe. So sometimes it's team based, sometimes it's actual story arcs.
That's cool. I love that you have things kind of carry over multiple sets, and then it's up to people again to pick and choose what you want, or if you want to see the kind of complete story play out or have access to all of those elements, you can do that as well.
Sure.
Yeah, it's very cool. Every set, I'm seeing like on your store and stuff, most of them around $14.99 for the smaller sets and things. Is that pretty average?
We've got 3 different sizes. You've got the larger size, which is 400 cards. That goes for $49.99. You've got the medium-sized boxes, which is 200 cards. Those are $29.99. And then you've got the smallest boxes, which are 55 cards, and those are $14.99.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Like one character, I'm assuming.
Say that again?
The small boxes, I'm guessing you just get more characters in the bigger boxes like that.
Sure. The smaller boxes can be focused on a single team, or maybe a group of characters that kind of interact well around each other.
Okay, cool.
So like the Marvel Battles that he's showing off right now, that's our first set. That was 400 cards. Covered Avengers, X-Men, Guardians of the Galaxy, and then super villains, which is kind of a group of the more famous villains. Then you've got the Utopia Battles here, which was based off of the Utopia story arc. Defenders, there's that Shield versus Hydra that they mentioned earlier. So those are more focused on a story. Those are 200 cards and usually cover about 2 different teams. And then the smaller ones are focused on either a group or a particular set. So that one there on the left-hand side is actually one from our MCU set.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Right on.
Yeah.
Rad.
Yeah, we are out of time.
Yes,
but that is pretty much Versus and all our accessories that go with Marvel. And soon to be a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
We have the playmats, and thank you everyone for joining us today as we highlighted Versus System 2PC 2PCG.
There you go.
And yeah, everyone have a great rest of your Sunday. Any other final comments?
I just appreciate everybody taking the time, stopping by. If you have any questions, we do have our own Discord, or you can check us out on Facebook or upperdeckblog.com.
Yeah,
Cool.
Awesome.
See you later, Mark.
All right,
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, see you guys.
See you guys.